Hello, I'm Mary Helen Dare with Women in the Driver's Seat. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Susie Perry, Executive Director of Susie's Coats for Kids, who now also is the Director of Hannah's Socks. Let's go inside and speak to this incredible woman. Susie Perry, we're so excited to be here with you today of Susie's Coats. I understand some exciting news is going on. Will you tell us what is happening?
Yes, very exciting news. Susie's Coats for Kids has been providing for our community for over 17 years, and now we're going to be providing socks from Hannah's Socks. It's a wonderful complement to our giving. We've been working together for a long time. I've been the Executive Director of Susie's Coats for Kids since the beginning, and as of April 1st, I became the Director of Hannah's Socks.
Oh, that's so exciting. How did you end up in the driver's seat initially of Susie's Coats?
How I became in the driver's seat of Susie's Coats for Kids is trying to find a way to honor my mom, who was a single mom who struggled financially, ill health, trying to raise 4 children. And I had one of those monumental birthdays when you turn 50 and you look back on your life and feel as though you want to make a difference. And 16 years later, don't do the math, Susie's Coats for Kids is now honoring those families that are also struggling financially. And we try to take the cost of a winter coat, hat and gloves, and all that winter gear out of the equation for families. But it started with honoring my mom, finding a way to honor my mother and my childhood, which, as many will say, was very dysfunctional. We were displaced. My mother was ill, lost her job. She worked as a waitress. We were homeless. We knocked on the doors of relatives' homes, oftentimes in the evening, many times stayed in her car. I was one of those children in foster care with Lucas County Children's Services. So I understand that need because I've lived it firsthand and I watched my mother struggle. And also having a heart of service and loving children, it all just came together one day.
Oh, that's wonderful. What are some of the most challenging and also rewarding aspects of being at the helm of these now 2 becoming 1 organizations?
For Susie's Coats for Kids, probably the biggest challenge is storage because we provide over 5,000 items of warm apparel every winter. So it's hard to find storage. It's also difficult with fundraising and trying to keep that revenue stream consistent so we can continue to provide every year.
Wonderful. Would you encourage a young woman to get behind the wheel of this nonprofit line of work that you are very busy in?
I would absolutely encourage women to get in the driver's seat of a nonprofit or a business that they're passionate about, absolutely without question. And probably the first step in doing that process is determining what they're passionate about, and then determining your who, what, when, and why. I think another good suggestion is for an individual to determine what their personal mission statement is, and is that in alignment with the nonprofit or business that they want to create.
Wonderful. We know that Hannah's Socks and Susie's Coats for Kids does so much to support the community, but what has touched you personally? I know so many giving, it's I'm sure hard to isolate. But.
The things that have personally touched me are seeing the children and families come in. And for the children, oftentimes this is the first item of brand new apparel they've ever had. And knowing that that coat will keep them warm, because it is truly my firm belief that if we can keep our children warm, they feel safe. And when they feel safe, they're much more hopeful about their tomorrow. And that was very true for me as a child.
What's the one piece of advice you would give a woman who would dare to get behind the wheel of a nonprofit?
I can only say one piece of advice for women who want to be in the driver's seat. I would say always follow your intuition because it will never, ever fail you. Probably the second most important thing, if I can just sneak a little one in there, is following your passion, making sure that your own personal values are in alignment, and surrounding yourself by like-minded individuals, trusting your intuition, and have good stewardship of your business or nonprofit. And that means leading by example, being a person of integrity, ensuring that you follow up on emails and correspondence timely, and ensuring that everyone that you encounter feels valued and develop good relationships and strong partnerships.
Well, thank you so much, Susie, for sharing your passion and all that you do for the community. It is so greatly appreciated.
Thank you for your time. It's an honor.
Thank you, Susie Perry of Susie's Coats for Kids and Hannah's Socks, for spending time with us and for all you do for the community and making kids happy and warm and safe. Head with us as we drive down to our next woman in the driver's seat.